Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Divination Meditation, where we take a tarot card, an ogham, and a rune and compare and contrast them and see what kind of information we can glean from the atmosphere around us. Let us begin. Our tarot card, we have the Two of Swords as represented by the cat's teeth. The Two of Swords deals with the idea that you have two options in front of you, that you are facing a difficult decision or that you may need to cut through illusion and bias. And with the Two Swords, you are going to need all that you have, use both hands to cut through all of that. Now, for our ogham, we have, and apologies in advance for the pronunciation, Iodho, which represents the yew tree. It's about transformation, ends, and immortality. And then, please don't throw things. Our rune, we have the Blank Rune, representing the Divine, Odin, and the Allfather. Now, the Blank Rune is, by self-admission, a modern invention. It was not part of the Elder Futhkark. We'll just be clear and upfront about that. And when the Blank Rune is mentioned in some circles, it does send some Norse pagans into an absolute tizzy. So the proper question is, why use it at all? Why are you doing this? The answer is because my instincts are nudging me to. I don't have any further justification or reasoning or excuses. I've just learned not to ignore that particular nudge. Now, obviously, everyone who studies and who reads runes is entitled to make their own judgments on this issue. So, now the meaning that is assigned to the Blank Rune has to do with it being both the whole, the totality of things, and the empty, complete void. It represents a test of faith in that the work of self-change is progressing in one's life. So I think we've got a pretty cohesive reading for us this week. Everywhere we look, we are looking at difficult decisions and trying to cut through illusions, trying to cut through bias, trying to get to the bottom of things. Certainly, we are in a liminal space as far as current events are going. This is a moment of transformation. We don't know what's happening. All we know is that everything is within flux. And certainly with the Blank Rune, that deliberate non-answer to not get even the slightest glimpse of what possible outcomes might be. It's saying that you're just going to have to do what you need to do, and you're going to have to be the one making the decisions that you consider appropriate for you, and that you're going to have to stand on the results of them, whether you are successful or unsuccessful. And I think that is absolutely terrifying. For a lot of us, a lot more terrifying, even if we are accustomed to pushing ourselves and saying, well, whether it fails or succeeds, it's my responsibility, it's on me, I decided to do this, and it's just, I'll just have to take what comes. Even for someone of that mindset, we are entering interesting times. No one knows what's going to be happening. It seems like every single day that passes, there's greater instability throughout the world, within our own countries, and probably for a lot of people within their own lives. I mean, family relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, whether we're just talking about a relationship or an actual marriage. We are not unaffected by these things. Our personal circle of people is not, insulated and sheltered from everything that's going on in the world. We're all feeling the pressure. And there's a lot of debate. Most of us aren't seeing things the same way. And for good reason, because it seems like it's really hard to get a hold of anything that even remotely resembles solid information on any topic. I mean, name one controversial thing that goes on and show me where you can find the completely objective, unbiased source. I've been looking. I haven't found it. And I would imagine that most people would admit that they haven't either. So it's scary. It's scary to feel like we're adrift and that there aren't any handy-dandy guideposts. And I think it is a time for faith of, what do we actually believe? What do we how do we react to when we are faced with genuine risk? What do we do when we're not sure what the proper thing to do is? And coming from a generation where I do think that in school especially, we were presented with a very cookie-cutter view of life. You follow these steps, this will automatically lead to that outcome, and then you will have this good, wonderful life because you followed your programming that we are giving to you right now. You followed all the instructions, you did exactly what you were told, and therefore everything is going to be wonderful and your life will just be great. Well, my generation learned very, very quickly that that was not the case at all, that that was not how reality worked. That's certainly not what manifested in our own lives, and that life isn't about cut and paste or just following program or doing what everyone else is doing, and that there's oftentimes more than one road to get to somewhere, and sometimes it's good to step back and say, well, the place we're trying to get, is that a place we really want to be? So, lots going on. I think we are moving well beyond the atmosphere in which we're going to have the luxury of doing much soul searching. I think the world in general is moving into a particular phase of which all of us are going to be called upon for the doing, the uncomfortable, and for just accepting whatever fallout happens to come from that. So stay strong, know who you are, know what your principles are, decide what you think is worth standing on, and honestly, what isn't. And we'll just all have to see how things develop. So on that lovely and cheerful note, if you would like to discuss this matter further or talk about divination in general, you can come see me at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join in the description box below. Otherwise, you can leave a comment here on the channel. And of course, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.